Thank you, Ricky, and good evening, everyone. First, I want to say how grateful we are that Jeanette James agreed to lend us her time and talent and serve as our MC tonight. Thank you, Jeanette. And now for tonight's Legacy Award. The Odegaard Award is named for the late UW president, Dr. Charles E. Odegaard. Each year, the Friends of the Educational Opportunity Program Board present this award to an individual, couple, or group whose commitment to diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging furthers Dr. Odegaard's vision from 57 years ago to create opportunities for underserved and underrepresented populations. A long list of community leaders has received this distinguished award since 1973. This year's recipient of the Odegaard Award, Angela King, exemplifies the essence of this award in her groundbreaking leadership in communications and in her service to the University of Washington community.
Angela King's career as a leading voice in the Pacific Northwest spans over 3 decades. Her fearless journalism has brought critical issues to light, earning her numerous accolades, including Emmy Awards and recognition from the Society of Professional Journalists. Angela's commitment to diversity and inclusion extends beyond her professional work. She has been a mentor to UW students and a longtime advocate for OMA&D, serving as our MC for annual celebration for at least over a decade and probably more. I've been here for a decade, so I know she's been here before me. Angela moved to Washington in 1989 to attend the University of Puget Sound, later transferring to UW, where she engaged with OMA&D's Educational Opportunity Program and pursued a double major in broadcast journalism and American ethnic studies. Her academic journey, coupled with her experiences as a young mother, shaped her passion for storytelling and advocacy. Angela King's investigative reporting has been instrumental in educating the public about the complexities of white supremacy, racial justice, and representation. Her first interview with civil rights activist Angela Davis marked the beginning of her fearless pursuit of truth. King's work has not only informed, but has also inspired change. Angela King's contributions have left an indelible mark on the University of Washington and our broader community through her leadership, commitment, and generous contributions of time and talent. Please join me as we learn more about Angela King from a short video.
As a professional journalist for the past 3 decades, I'm used to seeing my name in the byline, not the headlines. But it's been showing up there lately. Angela King to receive Charles E. Odegaard Award. Me? Really? Who am I? I am no Leonard Forsman, Suquamish tribe chairman and last year's Odegaard Award recipient. I am not Frank Aragon, who won the award the previous year and co-founded the International District Community Health Center, a beloved member of the OMA&D family who passed away last year. I wasn't a history maker like the 1968 Black Student Union, like Emil Petrie, former King County Councilman Larry Gossett, all of them individual recipients of the same esteemed honor. It was their sit-in, as you've heard tonight, at the then President Charles Odegaard's office that led to the creation of the Office of Minority Affairs and Diversity. I mean, we're talking about real movers and shakers. Community, political leaders, activists, scholars, judges. I'm just a journalist who has spent the past 30 years waking up at, yes, between 1 and 2 every morning. So the show should be really interesting tomorrow morning, as my entire crew is here as well. You never knew KUOW was so entertaining. Tune in tomorrow. But I am a humbled newscaster who also gets to stay up past 8 o'clock at least one night of the year to join you for celebration. And it was in that specific recollection, that moment of reflection, of personal longing to justify why am I receiving this award, that a very simple answer came to me. It was one that was instilled in me from childhood. Sometimes the most important thing you can be is there. It was something that was made very clear to me earlier this year, specifically January 7th. That was the night the Eaton fire erupted in my hometown and took with it 14,000 acres, hundreds of businesses, thousands of homes, among them my Aunt Valerie's home. Dozens of friends, extended family, so many left behind with nothing except the memories of what Altadena used to look like. And someone posted on social media, if you've moved out of the area, come home and help. Okay, but how? I mean, what can I do? I'm here in Seattle. Well, do what you've done for 30 years. What you and your fellow KUOW journalists do. Tell the story. Connect, inform the public, except this time I got to pour my heart, my passion, my personal story into my profession. It was a precious moment in my career. Now, I grew up loving to listen to stories. Some really cool ones are about my family members. One of my favorites is how I first saw my partner, my old man of 30 years, who's had to deal with my uncomfortable work hours. I saw him on an episode of Oprah. It was an episode where widowers were being auctioned off to interested single women. I was married at the time, so couldn't be too interested. By the way, his name is JR. A lot of you know him in this room. He's here every year by my side. I know he's over there somewhere. There he is. Okay. So get this. When Oprah, save your applause because you might go, oh gosh. When Oprah asked him what kind of woman he was looking for, he said, you, to Oprah. Okay, I'm sitting here watching this man hit on Oprah, and I'm thinking, look at this fool trying to get with Oprah. And I wound up with him. So, JR, thank you for who you are. Thank you for being there for me. Yeah. I love you, and I hope you know that. Another great story that I love to tell is the one of my great-great-uncle, Francis. He went by Hall Johnson. He was born in 1888 and listened to his mother and grandmother sing the Negro spirituals they learned when they themselves were slaves. He would grow up and form the Hall Johnson Choir, featured in old Hollywood movies like Cabin in the Sky and Disney classics like Dumbo and Snow White. He also became known as a godfather, so to speak, of the Negro spiritual, putting pen to paper, cataloging and arranging for history's sake the songs his mother and grandmother sang to him, forever giving voice to the oral tradition of our ancestors. Then there was my grandmother, my granny, Laura Amelia Bias, a little itty-bitty black woman in her 20s who was there when her country needed her during World War II. One of 855 women who made up an Army battalion lots of people have recently learned about, the 688. I never knew of my granny's service until after she died. She never talked about it. All I knew was my granny made the best honey and peanut butter sandwiches on earth. Then there was my grandfather's closest friend. We called him Uncle Mac, an accomplished track star who you might have seen in old newsreels and sports reels. He won the Olympic silver gold medal in the 200-meter dash during the 1936 Berlin Games, only 0.4 of a second behind Olympic gold medalist Jesse Owens. Now, at one point, I needed someone to interview for a high school project, and my mom said, interview Uncle Mac. He didn't hesitate. My Uncle Mac was there for me. Now, all of these folks set incredibly high bars, but their accomplishments were never held over my head. No insistence that I be like them, no sense of extortion, but oh, you better believe there was always an expectation to do your best and to take care of your business. It's something my grandparents exemplified, my aunts, my extended family, but most importantly, my mother. She raised me on 134 West Hurlbut Street, apartment 6, a single parent for several years, both mom and dad, who never let on at any moment how hard things were at times. There's never been a moment when my mother wasn't there. She is my rock and my foundation, and I adore her with all my heart. I even found out she was there for me when I found myself in her same situation at the age of 19, pregnant and wanting to finish school. As you heard in the video, she asked me, "What are you going to do?" I don't know. Would I have to? Have to find a way to make this work. Well, little did I know at the time how much that moment shaped me, nor did I know how vital the someone I was about to meet in about 9 months, he would be the reason why I am here today. I do not know where I would be without my son, Taylor, who probably right now is thinking to himself, "Oh gosh, she's gonna cry." I'm holding it together. But Taylor, you are my motivation. You are my hero. I am so proud of you. The boy who sat on my lap when I had to study and was reading by age, 2.5? Thanks to tutoring from Uncle Hugh. The patient son who sometimes had to sleep on the newsroom floor because mom had to work Christmas Eve or New Year's Day to pursue her career. He is now a magnificent man and father. I would not be here without you. And I hope you know that. Don't need it yet. Okay. And one thing my son has learned is that we would not be where we are if it were not for the University of Washington, the Office of Minority Affairs and Diversity, the Educational Opportunity Program, taking a chance on us like they've done for so many other students and their families. All of these institutions were there for people who otherwise might have been written off and their potential lost in silence. To quote a high school dropout who became an Odegaard recipient himself, my dear friend Nelson Del Rio said in his acceptance speech of this honor in 2010, "Opportunity brings equality, social equity, and justice." And here we all are in this room, believing in what Nelson said. We are here in this moment of political polarization, this time in history, which doesn't always repeat itself, but often rhymes. I know my Uncle Hall, I know my granny, I know my Uncle Mac, I know my grandparents on both sides of the family, called some pretty dreadful names back in the day. But now some of those names have been replaced by others, people taking swipes, trying to dismiss the success of some students and professionals, calling them DEI, with an insinuation that you just can't miss. Again, an attempted swipe and not so subtle substitute for a more demeaning moniker. But yes, I, like so many people, students, scholars in the room, friends, my grandparents, my mom, we are DEI. Diversity, equity, inclusion, but also duly exceptional indeed. Despite extenuating incidents, despite economic inequalities. So don't even infer, downplay, excuse, or imply they're deficient, excusable, if you don't even inquire about who they really are. So I leave you with this question. The same one my mom asked me when I was 19 years old. What are you going to do? Right now, right here. Be there, like you are right now, like you've been for me, like you've been for these students, like the university, the OMA&D, EOP have been there for all of us. There in the moment, there for the opportunity, and there for someone. I thank you all. Thank you for sticking around. I know it's been a long night, but it's been such a pleasure to enjoy this moment with all of you, my family. Thank you so much.